Hey guys, the channel is at risk of being taken down. Unfortunately, I can't live stream for at least 90 days. My channel is under review with 2 copyright strikes. I just want to thank you guys for the support so much, and thank you. Good day guys, it is Monday, so welcome to another episode of Doctor Who. God, I miss doing these reactions, but a bit of the trouble with the channel has stopped me from doing that. So let's get into episode 3 of season 12, which is called Orphan 55. Now, I really liked this episode and disliked it. Now, the issue that I have, I think it's a really good storyline, and these type of stories work with Doctor Who. I feel like it would have been a little bit better. Maybe, I guess Ryan had a split up, but if the characters had split up a little bit more. I also wish we got to see more of the Tranquility Spa. Be careful for spoilers, guys. Normally I do a spoiler free, but again, I don't know how to do them. It's very hard with Doctor Who. I guess spoiler free, enjoyable. The ending was a bit weak in my opinion. If you like the show Primeval, I think it kind of felt a bit like Primeval. Some nods, teleportation, things like that, and monsters coming through from the outside. Anyway, spoilers. The dregs themselves were pretty cool monsters. The fact that they were human, it kind of seemed predictable. And I don't know why, but like, I mean, it kind of looked like the Opera House, the building, the Tranquility Spa anyway, so that made me think, and they already had Australia in episode 1 of Doctor Who, so I thought maybe this could be Earth, but it obviously ended up being in Siberia, the Siberian writing. I thought Graham was fantastic in this episode. He is amazing comedy relief. Very disappointed by Jay from The In-Betweeners. I believe his name is James Buckley. Big fan of him, love his work. He's great on YouTube, still funny. And to dye him with green hair and have probably one scene, maybe 2 scenes that were funny all episode. He just had no storyline. He was just a father with green hair. And I was just like, dude, why would you want to even appear? But no, for the most part, I felt like there were way too many characters. Benny, pretty cool character. In that moment, going to propose to his wife, but obviously Yaz stopped that from happening. That would have been a cool scene. But yeah, no, too many characters in this episode, in my opinion. I did like the twist involving the mother and the daughter. I thought Bella's character was really interesting, and I kind of saw her becoming a villain. But I guess you could call her an anti-hero, not really a villain. But I saw this coming. As for the monsters themselves, really cool design, very similar to the Hoiks. I thought they moved really cool. There were so many of them, and as I said before, the fact that they were previous humans that had survived there was pretty cool. So for the most part, and coming into towards the end, I enjoy this episode, but there's a few things I don't like about this episode. First off, I don't like the forced ending message. Look, I'm all for climate change, things like that. Doctor Who is not the show to do it, and there is too much political bullshit in this show. And this actually ruined the episode for me. The speech at the end could have been really good, and I just thought it was weak and a letdown. There was a line in there that, while you're washing the dishes at home, your entire planet's burning down. Well, what are we meant to do as individuals besides play our little bit in the environment? Honestly, I'm not going to get into this. There's some few questions, that plot holes, I guess you could say. How did Benny survive for so long if he has an oxygen tank on a planet with no oxygen, or no oxygen at that moment? Did the monsters physically carry him around? How was he able to speak back to his wife? I found that really confusing. But no, this climate change bullshit storyline really ruined this episode. I would have rated it a bit higher. And as if we didn't, I think it was cool getting to see the spa, the cocktail, the pool. Even seeing the Doctor herself, maybe enjoying herself for 5 minutes before all this happened, but it just was really jumpy. I'm pretty sure we had 50 seconds in the TARDIS before there were all these coupons combined into a cube, which teleported them on to Orphan 55. But as I said, an enjoyable episode for the most part. A little bit of a mess towards the end, a very forced message which I didn't like, and I do have respect for climate change. Go protest, go do whatever you want, just leave it out of Doctor Who. That is my opinion. But for the most part, Orphan 55 is definitely a lot better than episodes in Series 11. In Series 11, I thought that Demons of the Punjab was a really good episode. I didn't mind after rewatching it. I didn't mind The Woman Who Fell to Earth. I feel like it was a weaker Jodie episode, but I don't know. I didn't mind that episode. And it was a really forgettable series. But I feel like this series is getting on the right track. This could have been a lot better had it not had that forced message, and definitely used the guest car a little bit more. But as I said, I had very big Primeval vibes from this episode, and I am looking forward to the rest of the series. I'm not at the point yet where I'm going to go, nah, off Doctor Who, because a lot of people are doing that, and I think you need to give it a chance. I know that you may have given it a chance to not like it. Give it 5 episodes. We've got a few things coming up that I know about, that I'm excited for, which I won't say in this video because I'm going to make a separate video. I feel like the foreshadowing, though, for the climate change message could actually be leading to the destruction of Gallifrey, and showing us either what happened to Gallifrey or showing us that planets can actually be fixed. I like that the dregs weren't destroyed as the fact that they were human. I thought it was a really cool ending. Kind of felt like a cliffhanger at the end of the episode, like, holy shit, that's the end. But no, I really enjoyed this episode for the most part until probably the last 15 minutes without a few minor issues. I'm going to give this one a 5 out of 10. Look, it is the weakest for the series in my opinion. I was really enjoying it, but it just annoyed me. I think it's a very rewatchable episode as well, in my opinion. Knowing what happens, it's just cool monsters, enjoyable, but maybe turn the last 5 minutes off, in my opinion. Anyway guys, have you seen Orphan 55? What do you think of the reveal that Orphan 55 was actually Planet Earth? Did you enjoy the monsters? Some new refreshing monsters for Doctor Who that I thought were quite terrifying, and especially the fact they were human. It felt a little bit recycled like we've had before with Cybermen and the sand things, but anyway, nonetheless, looking forward to next week, and I'll be posting another Doctor Who video shortly.